Hi, this is Farzeen and welcome to India Today. We've been told that fans are actually filing a petition to add Rajkummar Rao as the new synonym of brave choices. Raj, how do you do it like every time making such brave choices in films?
Well, choices are in my control. I think that I can say. But how do I do it? I don't know. I have no, I have no answer for that. I just try and be sincere towards my work and just try and do everything honestly.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens.
But everyone who's seen the trailer, one thing that they've actually kind of appreciated is that you've got the mannerism so right that it's not caricatures that we usually see when there's something like this. Tell me about your process of becoming Srikanth Bolla.
Well, no, that was a conscious choice that we made, that we have to go all out and we have to be very authentic to the character. So I spent a lot of time with him, with Srikanth also, and grabbed everything that I could, from the mannerisms to the body language to his life, to his personal journey, and a lot of personal details that he gave me. That really helped me in the preparation of the character. And apart from that, we also used to visit a lot of blind schools, and I would meet like a lot of visually impaired people there, just to understand, what happens, how do they see the world, because there's a slight difference, I'm sure. So that all that really helped me, and to spend time with the actor who's played young Srikanth in the film. So I think it was needed. I won't say it was an easy part for me, not at all. It was very challenging, but all this was very much needed to portray this part.
Absolutely. But tell me, as actors, like playing real life character, does it become really exciting? Because you have done it previously also, but something like a Netaji or Shahid, they will in the past, but this is a living person and everyone has a living memory of him. How exciting does that become for you?
It is exciting. Whenever I do a biopic, I get very, very excited about it, because it's about portraying somebody's life on screen. And in this case, as you rightly said, Srikanth is there. So there will be people around him who know him very well, who have seen him, for decades now. They would watch the film and they would tell me exactly how close am I to Srikanth. So that's exciting. That's always that thrill element is there.
Yeah. And you becoming like a master of telling real life stories, Tushar. Like, what is the secret? What is it that attracts you about real people?
I have a company called Chalk and Cheese. That's with my wife, and we kind of, I don't know, it just falls in our lap, or we get these kind of stories, and I enjoy making biopics. Everyone keeps on telling me that. So I like these characters because for me they are real heroes. They are the real heroes. If you meet Srikanth, or if you meet the Dadis, or even if you take over Telgi, he was the hero in his own world. So they are heroes. So I love these characters. So I don't have to. It's just that I love making these characters. It's so easy for me to portray them. And people tell me, how do you portray them as heroes? But they already are heroes. So it's very easy for me to do it.
Amazing. And tell me, how and when did actually you decide that you wanted to tell Srikanth's story?
I wanted to make as my first film, but I could not meet Srikanth. I could not get hold of him. He always evaded me. I used to call him up and say, I want to interview you from this, that. He didn't meet me. Then Sankyak happened. Somehow I got in touch with him through Ravi, his partner. And then from there, he was okay. Then he gave me the rights. But yeah.
Amazing. And tell me about choosing Raj for this part.
There was no other choice.
Oh.
I'm so glad.
Even I. Really.
But Raj, does it become pressurizing when directors keep you as your first choice, or
I love
does
it. I love it. I want to be everyone's first choice. I think, especially when I film like Srikanth, as an actor, I want to do these parts.
Absolutely.
I want to push myself as an actor. And when people think of me, Srikanth hai, let's go to Raj, I feel very, very fortunate that somebody is thinking of me for these parts, because I know I can really, really work hard, and I can really push it. From what people think that how it should be, I can push it and take it further away from there. Further up from there.
But Raj, tell me, I think eyesight and vision, we take it for granted because we are born with it. When you're doing something like that, what goes inside you? Do you actually kind of get inspired by doing this, that someone who is visually impaired can go on to become such a great leader? Yeah.
No, I got very moved. I got very inspired listening to Srikanth's story. Again, as you said, somebody who's born with a disability and was born in a really, a poor family, and from there, for that guy to achieve so much in life, to have a film made on him, that's the biggest thing that somebody can do. I think that itself shows you how courageous, how full of life this guy is, Srikanth is. So I was certainly very moved and very inspired listening to his story.
And the best part is that he kind of doesn't feel sorry about him. He's like so witty and so much fun. Like that's such a great thing about him. And has he like, was he around on set and what was his feedback
In
in the
Hyderabad,
film?
yeah, he was. And initially when we started, he was. When we had to meet him before we had to meet him. So he was there when we wanted him. Otherwise, we cannot handle him if he's there every day.
He's very witty.
But anything he told you guys, like ye mat karna, ye karna types things?
Nahi, I will be very surprised. I've met a lot of people. So there is a part what is like he went out and he said that I was bad in my life. It's just when I became a big guy, I became pompous and I started behaving badly. And please show that also. And that I think Rajbhai really picked it up and he made that a great part of the film. So no one else would have done it but Srikanth because he wanted to show his real journey. So he did that.
A lot of it happens, when you make a biopic, you only
we
show
white
the
wash
good
it,
side,
the good side. But we all applaud, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and Tushar, last time I met you, of course, you spoke about how you didn't want to release it in September 2023 because you didn't want it to clash with Jawan, of course. But right now also when we are sitting here, everyone's talking about how the election is keeping the nation busy, there's IPL. As a filmmaker, does it really become stressful that when do you actually find the right window to release a film?
Of course it does. It is more stressful for the producers more than the director. For me, my job is to make the best film and deliver it to them. So hats off to Bhushan ji and Nidhi that they are the producers. Now the ball is in their court and I'd leave that to the producers to decide. And if they have decided this is the right time, then this is the right time. My job is to deliver it on time. That's it.
Absolutely. And even as an actor, like, of course, these things are not in your control. But when a film gets pushed or the release date is not getting finalized or the box office numbers, like how do you deal with it? Does it give you sleepless nights?
No, not at all. Nothing gives me sleepless nights. As he said, my job is to do my work sincerely and give my 100% to the story, to the part. And apart from that, nothing is in my control. So there's no point overthinking, about it. So I sleep very peacefully. I think when every film has its own journey. It doesn't matter. The release dates don't matter. People calculate so much. They will come on this festival, that festival. If a film is good, it will find its audience.
Absolutely. But are you an actor who kind of calls people in your team like on Friday, ki kitna kamaya, how is it doing?
Especially now, I think everybody just message you. For some reason, I get these messages for every film. I don't even, not like I've ever asked for it. But now I know I don't really call people and say, kya raha, kitna chal raha hai dopahr tak, kya lag raha hai shaam tak. No,
But it's actually right now, I think box office numbers have become like dinner table conversation. Everyone's talking about it. Like everyone's understanding box office.
I'll be very honest. Like that now also I was telling him, I don't care about the first day. I care in the end where we have reached. That is what matters to me. That is the real judgment of kind of films I make or the kind of films he does. It's what it does in the end, not at the start.
Yeah, that's so true. Also, the tagline says, "Aa raha hai sabki aankhein kholne." Tell me, when was that moment or an incident that kind of opened your eyes when it comes to the industry in a good and bad sense?
Good and bad sense. Well, initially, of course, I was replaced from one or two films because some other big actor wanted to do it. So like, all right, this also happens.
Always.
And mostly that. And then people, a lot of people would see you in a certain way, that you come from a small town and you look a certain way. How would you be a lead actor? So like, okay, all that.
And in a good sense, if there's something?
In a good sense, you come from a small town, you're an outsider. See, we'll make you a lead actor.
So sweet. Tushar, for you, like as a filmmaker, we don't actually get to know about
I don't believe there's a good or bad thing. I just believe where I used to work, which was Mr. Rajkumar, and I've been working for a long time with him. And he told me one day that, beta, there are no bad people, there are no good people in this industry. Okay, the bad is when you don't succeed, that's bad. When you succeed, that is good. Everyone around you becomes very good when you succeed, and everyone around you becomes bad when you don't succeed. That's the basic thing. So from that day, I've realized that's it. There's no good or bad. You have to be successful. That's it.
Absolutely. Tushar, as a filmmaker who's worked with Raj, and of course you must have seen his journey. How do you kind of look at his journey and where he is today?
I think, see, he's very honest with his work, and that's you can see in his every performance.
Yeah.
So I think I always say this to him. I always say, me and Nidhi always discuss that there are actors who can act, and everyone knows he can act. But as a person, he's even better than how he acts. So that is the rare quality. I would say when you get this together,
Yeah.
then there can't be anything better. So that's what it is.
Amazing. But if you could go back in time and maybe 15 years back and tell Raj something about how his journey is going to be, or what he should be doing, what he shouldn't be doing, what would you tell him?
I would tell him you were at the right track, just be at it, work the hardest, love your work as much as you do it today, even after 15 years.
Amazing. And tell me, I think you are probably one of the few actors who haven't faced online trolling. But now when you see there's so many memes going around, how do you react to it? Like, this is also part of the game?
It's funny, of course. I found it very funny because that picture, of course, I don't know who that guy is. That's not me because you're seeing me right now.
Yeah.
That guy doesn't look like me. So I strongly feel it's certainly a touched up picture. Somebody has played some prank. But nevertheless, a lot of people then started picking it up, saying that, Raj has gone under the knife,
Yeah.
plastic surgery and big words and this and that. And I just want to say, like, I've not gone under any knife. I've not done plastic surgery. A lot of people used to comment on my looks earlier. So to gain that, just to feel myself, just to feel better, 8-9 years back, I did little fillers on my chin because I wanted my face to be in a certain, balance, which my dermatologist actually suggested.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did that because I feel confident.
Yeah.
And I feel better about myself. I certainly believe I look better than how I used to look, say, 10 years back. Then why not? I think
Yeah.
if somebody wants to go ahead and do it, there's science available. So you should
Yeah.
definitely, make avail use of it. I don't see any harm in it. But plastic surgery, no, I've not done
Yeah.
that. That's an extreme. I won't do that.
But all these judgment, does this run in your mind or you just shrug it off?
No, it's funny because you know your truth, right?
Yeah.
You know your truth.
That's
if somebody
true.
is saying that Raj, but then of course then there are trollers
Yeah.
who want attention. Then
True.
they write extreme shit online.
Absolutely.
You ignore them, and I actually feel sad for them.
Yeah.
Because that's very sad. All you're doing is trying to troll someone. So that's your life.
Yeah.
Who are you as a professional? I'm a troller. That's your profession. I
Yeah.
think that's the saddest thing that can happen to anyone, just to be a troller.
True, true. Raj, as you rightly mentioned that maybe earlier people used to comment on your looks. Today when you sit here and talk about a film like this and the kind of work you've done in the past, you feel great that that this judgment around looks is just in way in the past and it just seems futile when you have talent?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't matter. But of course, I won't say it doesn't matter as in absolutely doesn't matter. We have seen in past there have been female actors or male actors who have done a lot of work, mostly because of their looks, because
Yeah.
they looked a certain part, they
Absolutely.
looked a certain way. The most gorgeous looking, female actors or male actors. I won't name anyone. So it does matter a little bit, but not everything. But
Yeah.
if you have both, like Mr. Hrithik Roshan or so many others,
Yeah.
that's the best part. But for me, in my case, my work would always be my primary factor. That is something which has gotten me till here, and I'm sure would take me further ahead in life from here. But yeah, if somebody would, like I was saying earlier, if you want to do something which can, and also like I work out a lot.
Yeah.
I remember this, I haven't told anyone, but I remember LSD when I gave my first audition for LSD, the first round, I got the call from Divakar's office saying that Divakar really liked your test, but he feels that there's some fat on your face.
Okay.
Can you like make it more chiseled? And 2009, and since then I've been still running.
Wow.
Like I do at least 5,000 skippings a day or a 700 kilometers run. So one of these I would do it every day, no matter what.
Amazing.
So yeah, nobody sees that. Yeah.
Absolutely. But do you think there's also this pressure that suddenly on actors to have this well sculpted body, to look a certain way, to kind of make appearances in a proper way? Like, has that just added to the lot of stress and pressure that you already have?
That's how you see it, if you see
Yeah.
it as pressure, because I know so many people who also enjoy it.
Yeah.
Who enjoy, of course, dressing up and looking good, and why not? It always feels nice.
Yeah.
If you see a good-looking person out there, or a well-dressed person out there. But each to his own. Like I think there are no specific rules that you
Yeah.
have to do this. But whatever makes you happy, I think whatever gives you confidence, you should do that in life.
Yeah.
Don't listen to anyone. Yeah.
Lastly, tell me one quality of Srikanth or something that kind of just stayed with you, or you taking back home from this film, and or your meeting with Srikanth.
For me, he's a go-getter. I think my perception towards visually impaired people has changed after spending so much of time with them and now living Srikanth's life on screen. I think he's a go-getter. They are not physically disabled. They are way more able than we are. They are as normal as we are.
Yeah.
So there's no point of thinking that something bad has happened to them. It's a condition, and they have accepted it, and they are doing everything that we all do in life. So just give them opportunities. Don't just feel pity for them. Give them opportunities. That's the only thing that they want.
Yeah.
For me, I think the day he told me that I see a lot of problems around him. I said, doesn't it affect you? He says, no, because I can't see any problem. So
Wow.
it doesn't affect me at all. So he takes his life that way. I've never seen him unnerved, nothing. And now I also want to say that he said, please announce my daughter's name. His daughter's name is Naina. She's just been delivered 1 week ago. He just got a
so
daughter.
sweet.
And he's called her Naina.
That's
Naina,
amazing.
wow.
Wow.
Makes sense, huh?
Absolutely, absolutely. Great. Thank you so much. And Raj, we started with brave choices and some fun choices coming up next for you this year. So exciting times ahead for you.
Absolutely. There's 3 part 2. There's Vicky Vidya Kavala video. And there's Mr. and Mrs. Mahi right after Srikanth, which is a beautiful, beautiful relationship drama.
Hoping to meet you soon to talk about those films too. Thank you so much and all the best for the film.
Thank you.
Thank you.